Welcome in this new video. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make a high protein, low fat, low calorie cheesecake. At the end of the video, I'm going to show you how many calories and protein there is for one slice of this cheesecake. Spoiler alert, it's almost nothing. Right, let's start with the first ingredients. So it couldn't be more easier. In a bowl, preferably a big one, you're going to put like 1 cup of low fat cottage cheese. You go 1 cup of low-fat cottage cheese. You're gonna have 2 cups of low-fat Philadelphia or Greek yogurt, low-fat Greek yogurt. I'm gonna go for Philadelphia because it's a bit thicker. So we're gonna go for 2 cups. That's cup number 1. Then we're gonna go for cup number 2. So if you want in gram is actually 1 pack of the normal Philadelphia. So it's around 180 grams of Philadelphia per 1 cup and around 200 grams of low-fat cottage cheese. So when that's done, you mix just the cream cheese filling together. And if you want to make it a little bit more lactose friendly, you can easily use like some Alpro product. For example, today, of course, I'm using cottage cheese, but if you want to make it a bit like easier on the stomach, if you're a bit lactose sensitive, you can easily use some lactose-free product or some Alpro product that will work as well. Of course, you can also use some Greek yogurt, but I find it, for me, a bit triggering on my stomach. So I'm going to use Philadelphia. And actually, most cheesecake are made with Philadelphia anyway. When that's done, we're going to add 2 scoops of protein powder. I'm using the vegan one because it's the one I always used. I just find it a bit easier to digest. Today I'm using the salted caramel one, so you can use vanilla, chocolate, unflavored, wherever you want. It depends on what flavor you want your cheesecake to be. So today I'm using the salted caramel one. And again, just mix it well together. Next step, baking powder. For that one, you aim for around 1 tablespoon of baking powder. And then next step, we're gonna add the egg. So for that, you have 2 options: or you add 2 eggs, or you add 3 egg white. Of course, if you want to be a little bit low in calorie and higher protein, you go for the egg white. If you don't really care and you want like a bit of extra calorie and the extra fat, you go for the full eggs. It may be better with the full eggs because you're gonna add the yolk with actually the fat and where the flavor is. But today I'm gonna go for the lower fat version. So I'm gonna go for 3 egg white. And also gonna add some lemon juice for a bit of tanginess. Again, for the lemon juice is really how much you want to add. If you prefer like when it's really tangy and a lot of more a bit acidity, go for more. If you just want like a little bit of maybe extra flavor, go for less. It's really up to you. When that's done, you're gonna mix it. You can mix it everything in a mixer, but today I'm using a hand mixer. All right. When you get your filling in any kind of baking tray, round baking tray, if you can, you're gonna add a crust. The crust is optional. I'm gonna add a crust today, but of course, if you want to make a little bit lower calorie, try to avoid the crust and just go like that. But for me personally, a cheesecake is with a crust. Even like if it's protein cheesecake or a low calorie one, it is with a crust. So because I'm from Belgium, I want to stick to my roots, and I'm gonna go with some Biscoff, or what we call speculoos. I don't know why everyone calls it like Biscoff when you go like to the UK or America, but the real name is speculoos. So that's what I'm gonna use for the base. Right, so per biscuit you have like 40 calories. So we're gonna go for probably 3 or 4 biscuits. So just crunch them together as small as you can. Right, when they're all smashed, whether you made a thin base layer. So that's the tricky part. So because it's quite liquidy, it's not too difficult, but you don't want to run all of the crumb nest that you just made. Incredible everywhere. With that, it's a little bit easier to get all the rest. And here is what it should look like. If you want, you can even add some dark chocolate. So I'm gonna add a bit of Lindt crunchy waffle. Put like a few pieces on top of it. Yeah. Then you push them down. Here we go. So when everything is mixed, when everything is crunched, when everything is in your baking tray, you put it in the oven at 160 degrees for 30 to 40 minutes. But keep an eye on it because every oven is different. So just keep an eye on it, like you don't want it too burned or too undercooked. You just want a little bit like golden, like yellow golden on the outside, and then you're gonna know that it's ready to be taken off the oven because it's not ready to eat it, but it's gonna be ready to be put in the fridge to rest until it's the perfect texture. And when it's the oven, you just need to wait until it's done and ready. But that recipe is so easy to make. It just take you like literally 5 minutes to put all the ingredients together and then put it in the oven. And it's low calorie, it's high in protein, it's really healthy, it's gonna keep you full, it's a nice and healthy snack to have. And I'm not saying that you can never have a chocolate bar or a real piece of cheesecake. A real piece of cheesecake is just obscene calorie wise. I'm gonna put like some example on the screen, but it's just absolutely obscene. You can have the one from supermarket with really high in calorie, probably around like 400. You can have one from the Cheesecake Factory in America. It's like more than 1,000 calories. It's usually quite high in calories, probably because of the sugar and the fat they put in it. That's why we want something a bit lighter, something a bit high in protein, a bit healthier. So you can still have the nice feeling of having something sweet, but without needed to eat almost all your calorie of one day in just one small piece of cheesecake. Anyway, now I just need to wait until it's out of the oven so I can show you. So for you, it's gonna be 1 second, and for me, it's gonna be 30 to 40 minutes. So I'll catch you in a bit. All right, I just took it out of the oven. So if it looks like that, you know it's been baked. Then you need to put it in the fridge for 2 to 4 hours until it's fully solidified. And here we got the high protein, low calorie cheesecake. So of course the flavor gonna change regarding which protein powder you put in it. So I put the salted caramel one in, so it's quite sweet. But if you want something a bit less sweet, you can just go for like a pure vanilla, unflavored. You can go for chocolate or whatever protein powder you have. So you can play around. You can change the flavors by just changing the protein powder. Some recipes put stevia in it, but trust me, you don't need to add stevia. If you add some, it's gonna be like way too sweet. And also you can put like fillings in it. So you can really play with the recipe. You can take the base of the recipe and change the protein powder, add some fruit, add some chocolate, add some biscuit, whatever. You can really play around with the recipe. And like promised, I'm gonna put here the calories and macros of the cheesecake, and also the calorie and macros per slice of cheesecake. And like I said, it's almost nothing. It's easy to make, it's really nice, it's tasty, it's high in protein, low in calories. So what else can you ask? On that note, I really hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please give that a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.